I hope you're having a great day. Today I want to talk about a topic that I think 9 out of 10 patients every day, I have to keep talking about this particular, topic of basically releasing or expressing suppressed emotions. The science is clear. Suppressed emotions over the years lead to disease, inflammatory disease. There's science showing its connection with cancers. We don't have to get worried about this. Don't get worried. We're just showing you connections. But when you have cancer, or if you have cancer, you're looking at preventing it. We now have tools that we need to add to our treatment plan. We can't just be dependent on a chemotherapy or radiation. We need to get the right nutrition, the right lifestyle, the right emotional wellness. And if we're looking at a preventive model, we also have to take care of these things. Emotions are real. Negativity is real. Sadness, betrayal, hurt, guilt, all of these things are real emotions. They're not easy to handle. But they are also not meant to be pushed into the human body. Given our circumstances, sometimes people cannot. They're not in the right environment to suppress emotions. The more they suppress, the more they get suppressed, the more they get attacked. Sometimes people are made to feel that they're crazy because they suppress their emotions. So then the individual says, it's useless. Let me just stop suppressing. Nothing's changing. When I express myself, nothing changes. People behave the same way, nothing really changes. But still, it is necessary for us to express our emotions. Today, suppressed emotions are connected with multiple sclerosis, autoimmune conditions, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, basically everything in the human body. Now let's get straight into the science. We have the sympathetic nervous system and we have the parasympathetic nervous system. In the sympathetic nervous system, we're not meant to spend long time over here. We're supposed to be stressed, fight, flight, come back to the parasympathetic where we are resting, digesting, and regenerating, repair. We're not meant to spend time in the sympathetic nervous system as much as we do today. And the more time we spend in the sympathetic nervous system, you can correlate it with high blood pressure, inflammation in the heart, inflammatory diseases, which is almost every single condition, or slow brain and cognitive damage over the years. And then it expresses itself into a possible Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia. There could be several other reasons as well. But I'm trying to show you the fundamentals. While we chase more nutraceuticals, we chase more medicine, we chase more complex ways of living, never forget that the fundamentals are what is necessary for the intelligence of the human body to kick in. Now, everyone has some suppressed emotions. Most people do. Some of us use vices so that we don't have to get reminded every time those emotions pop up. So if I feel sad, I feel hurt, I start drinking, then I start drinking more and more. Or I smoke. I want to smoke away my problems. I want to smoke away suppressed feelings. But after the effect of the smoke or the alcohol or the drug decreases, those emotions start to come up again. And now you need to do more of that vice, or you need to find a new vice, and that's how addiction is built. So when you see people who don't know how to handle alcohol, who smoke excessively, who vape excessively, who are on substances excessively, they have a trauma in them. It's a trauma. It's not that, hey, I'm enjoying life, hey, I'm happy. In fact, it's the opposite of that. You use that as a vice to cover up. Now, your problem may be genuine. I'm not here to take away from anyone's suffering. The one thing I've learned over 9 to 10 years is we can't judge anyone. Even the coke addict out there, even the pregnant mother who is a coke addict has her story. She has her story and her justification that may be right to her. The man who has 4th stage cancer and is still smoking 4 packets of cigarettes a day has his suffering and his story and his justification that is real to him. But the point is, there is trauma in each of these people. There is trauma in people pleasers. There is trauma in people who are calm all the time. They pretend to be good, never get hassled, but deep down in them, they're boiling with anger. They feel bitter. They feel resentful. There are people out there who have trauma, constantly helping people, going out of their way to help people like people pleasers. But inside they feel that no one does anything for me. Some people use the word sacrifice. I'll sacrifice my motherhood and my fatherhood for my child. I'll sacrifice this, I'll sacrifice that. That also comes from a void of suffering. Sacrifice is great, but you don't have to sacrifice your health to bring up healthy children. You don't have to sacrifice your health to make sure your husband is healthy. A husband doesn't have to sacrifice his health to make sure his wife is healthy. It's not needed. We think we're doing something to feel good, but we're actually suffering. We have a void inside, and we need to go back into that void, whether it was your childhood, whether it was your teenage life, whether you got bullied in school, or whatever it is. Whatever it is, if there is suffering, it has to come out. If it does not come out, it'll come out in the form of anger, bursts of anger, irritability, more vices, disease, pain, inflammation, suicide. These are all extreme ways of suppressed emotions coming out. And that's why whoever we are, we're human. All of us would have gone through some hurt or may have hurt someone. All of us may have gone through some betrayal or we may have betrayed someone. All of us, we're human beings, but now what are we doing about it? It is so important to cultivate in the healthiest of relationships, not just with partners and lovers, with siblings, with parents, with bosses, with teachers, with colleagues, with friends, to cultivate a space which allows us to express. In your fake friend group, expression could be very dangerous for you. In fake society, in a FOMO-driven society, expression could become your downfall. Because if you express to the wrong people, they're going to use it against you. They're going to use that expression of yours against you. They're going to emotionally blackmail you. They're going to emotionally use it to weaken you. So that's why a lot of people have burnt their fingers in trying to express. Who doesn't want to express? Who wants to carry the burden of negativity through a lifetime? How do you find the right person to express to? Are there other ways of expression? That's exactly what today's video is about. We've established right now that suppression of emotions will come to you in the form of very, very many different diseases. Many of them. I once had a patient with multiple sclerosis. Okay, absolutely healthy lady. Completely healthy, doing everything right. And then MS hits her like a truck. Okay, you go through the medication, you go through everything because the point is if medicine is needed, you take your medicine. But as you get deeper into the case, you find out that when this MS hit her like a truck, the one thing that changed emotionally in her life was the entrance into a marriage which was toxic. Everyone knows the cause of it, but everyone knows that the solution to a healing and remission will also be taking care of that toxicity, moving out of that environment, or learning to accept or let go of the relationship if it means that she can move into remission. But we've seen enough of cases until the top doctors around the world see cases of emotional suppression with disease. It is documented, it's published, it's all there. What are the actions that we want to take now? All of us. My own example, there are things in my heart that I don't know who to express to. I don't know who to, but I find other ways to express. Sometimes I record a voice note on my phone, I vent out, I use the language that I want to use, and then I delete it. Sometimes I write. I just write pages and pages and pages of what's going on in me. You know, because sometimes you can't say certain things to certain people. They're too fragile. They're sick. They can't handle it. But you still got to handle yourself. Just because they're sick and you can't express, you got to find other ways of expression. So you can write. You can write and you can tear it up. You can burn it. Make sure if you write, you don't keep that diary and someone finds it. You got to be careful of that too. There are so many different ways. Oh, sometimes you find that friend who you can really, really trust. And those are the best friendships. Because friendships are not just about drinking and vaping and smoking and making small talk and showing off and going to restaurants and socializing over alcohol and drugs all the time. I don't have a problem with all of those things. Don't get me wrong, they're fun. But if you think that's the definition of friendship, and in those same relationships you can't trust, you're always scared of being judged, you can't share, those people don't uplift you, that's not friendship. Those are vices. Those are things to make you feel validated and better about yourself. But if you are that one rare person who has that one rare friend where you can speak your heart out, believe me, you are more blessed than some of the richest people in the world. If you have that parent or that sibling or that partner, or you're in a loving relationship where you can express everything in an emotionally stable way. Because no one likes an emotionally unstable expression where you shout and you express and vent and say, hey, I'm expressing, accept me. No one likes that. That's the wrong way. Suck it up. Learn to express in a better way. So if you are in that loving relationship where you have a partner that you can express to and feel understood, that is healthy for you. But if you don't, it's okay. You don't have to break up with your partner. Your partner is not meant to fulfill every need of yours. And you're not meant to fulfill every need of your partner. So sometimes someone else has to fulfill it for you. So maybe you'll speak to your sister. Maybe you'll speak to your brother. Maybe you'll speak to your sister-in-law. I don't know who it is. But when you do real expression of suppressed emotions, it's supposed to leave you feeling like a new person. And when you express, don't do it with entitlement. Don't do it expecting that person to fix your problems. Sometimes expression has no solution, but the act of expression is healing in itself. Sometimes you express to someone and they have nothing to tell you, but they've listened. They gave you the gift of healing. Everyone doesn't have to have a solution to your problem. And with the intent of expression doesn't mean your problems are going to be solved. But just by expressing, it can take your health to a different level. So today, this video may reach 1,000 people. It may reach 1,000,000 people. If it's reached someone who's suffering from a deadly disease, or you're just stuck in deep depression, introspect. What is the pain that you need to express? Make that your first action point. While nutrition is important, exercise is important, sleep is important, your medicines are important, this could be the most important thing that you do. First, give the body a chance for its intelligence to kick in. How do you do that? Create the platform. How do you create the platform? By emptying out whatever's in. We want to clean our liver from toxins. We want to clean our brain, our colon, but we don't want to clean what's inside of us. All that negativity are toxins. They have to come out. Otherwise, what do toxins do? They intoxicate you. They toxify you. And we get sick. That's the fundamentals of medicine. All forms of medicine. An overload of toxins in the human body. So find different ways. Sometimes visualize for that perfect partner. Sometimes everyone falls in love. It's a chemical thing. Go back to my video where I spoke about a chemical thing. You know, so once the sex happens, the intimacy, the gifting, the kind words, all of that stuff. We all want this in a relationship. But one of the most powerful things, look at a person's heart. Can that person listen? Can you trust that person to a level where you can share? Do not get into relationships built on drugs and alcohol and sex where you can't trust a partner, because tomorrow as a human, you are going to have emotions that you want to express. It's all good when the drugs are good. It's all good when the alcohol's flowing. You think you're in love. It's chemicals. But if you find that partner who can also be your friend, trust, talk, communicate, understand, that is more valuable, because you're going to need that when the dopamine starts crashing down. You're going to need that when the sex starts reducing. When the alcohol or the drugs get out of your life or destroy your life by then, you're going to need expression. You're going to need companionship. You're going to need people, that one solid person that, I know, maybe he doesn't fulfill my needs in this way, but he hears me, he understands me. And likewise with the she's and all the other genders. The point is, expression is mandatory. On my prescriptions, I literally have to prescribe over and above nutrition. Express your emotions. Now you can go to a counselor, you can go to a psychologist, go to a psychiatrist, go to whomever can help you. But you get my point by now. Expression is a powerful drug. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.